Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is high in terms of his place. We believe this in Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah because of the text. One, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran clearly, Ar-Rahmanu ala al-arsh istawa, that he rose above the throne. And where's the throne, ikhwani akhawat? The arsh is above the kursi, the footstool. And where's the footstool? The footstool is over all of creation. Naam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above. We believe he is above. Also, when we take a look at the Quran, ikhwan and akhawat, Allah uses clear words to show that he is above. First is istiwa, him rising above his throne in a way that befits his majesty. Also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word fawq. يَخَافُونَ رَبَّهُم مِّن فَوْقِهِمْ. They fear their Lord from above them. What does above mean? Up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says he is up above them, above his creation. Also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he uses the word al-uruj, that things ascend to him. تَعْرُجُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ إِلَيْهِ. That the malaika, the angels, and ar-ruh, meaning angel Jibreel, alayhi salam, they all ascend to him. They ascend to him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, as-su'ul, yani ilayhi yas'adu al-kalim al-tayyib, that goodly words ascend to him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the Quran descends from him. Tanzilul kitabi min Allah al-aziz al-hakim. That the descent of the Quran, the kitab, is from Allah, the Almighty, the All-Wise. The Quran descends. This is the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also describes himself as being fis sama. أَأَمِنْتُم مَّن فِي السَّمَاءِ. Are you safe from the one who is in the sky? Here, fi takes the meaning of ala, above. Okay, this is how the Arabic language works. طيب, we cannot understand these texts and how we understand English. This is Arabic language. We have to understand it the way it was understood by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Arabs at that time, the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. And fi could take the meaning of ala, and this is one instance that he is above. Also, what shows that Allah is above is during the instance with the slave girl. The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam clearly asked her, where is Allah? And she pointed and said, fis sama, above. And the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, to free her, فَإِنَّهَا مُؤْمِنَةٌ, for certainly she is a believer. SubhanAllah, he connected iman to this issue. So those people who say that this issue is not important, why are we debating about this issue? Now, it's not important to you because your understanding of Islam is totally different from what the Prophet of Allah ﷺ understood and what he came with. He literally said that she's a mu'min and to free her because of her answering that question. This is why we give importance to it, because it was something given importance by the Messenger of Allah ﷺ. Now, Ikhwan and Akhawat, our deen is not based off aql, intellect. We don't give importance to what we think is important. Rather, we give importance to that which is revelation and what Allah and the Messenger ﷺ gave importance to. طيب. Also, what proves that Allah Azza wa Jalla is above is during the Hajjatul Wada', what did he do? Allahumma shahad. He raised his finger in the sky and he said, oh Allah, bear witness. After he asked him, did he hal balaght? Did I convey the message? And they all bear witness, the Sahaba. During the last farewell pilgrimage, they said, Naam, you have conveyed. And he said, Allahumma shahad. He raised his finger in the air and he pointed it down. And he said, oh Allah, bear witness. Why is he pointing up? Also, when you make dua, ikhwan and akhawat, how do you make dua? With your palms facing up. This is your fitrah. This is your fitrah. You believe Allah is above. And it's only the people of confusion and misguidance who try to deter you otherwise. Also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descending in a way that befits his majesty in the last third of the night, every night. He descends in a way that befits his majesty. These are how many? 10 different evidences. 10 different evidences from the Quran and Sunnah to show that Allah Azza wa Jalla is above. طيب, and different words used by Allah. So you find the people of ignorance and deviance, they try to find issue with one word. So they say istiwa means istawla. Okay, طيب, let's say, for example, that's a valid argument, which is not. The people of knowledge have shown that it is completely false, and they have the rebuttals. But let's say, for example, that that is acceptable. What about these other evidences that shows that Allah Azza wa Jalla is above? هكذا يعني, the truth is أبلج, it's clear as day for those who have sound hearts. And it's mentioned by Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala and those before him that the one who is truthful, if they're presented with one evidence, one clear evidence, then that suffices. But the one who has sickness in their heart, you could present to them thousands of evidences and they'll never accept it. That's what the qalb al-marid and the qalb al-mayyit, that's the adverse effects of having those type of hearts, ikhwan and khawats, that it prevents you from seeing the truth and accepting it. And this is why it's important for us to rectify our hearts. Because if your heart is blocked, if it's diseased, then when the truth comes to you, you will not be able to see it and you're not able to follow it. May Allah purify all of our hearts. Ameen.